Game week 2 of the league phase of the Champions League is upon us. Sit, relax, and enjoy. The fixtures of game week 2 are as follows. Khairat Almaty will be hosting Real Madrid. Atalanta will be playing at home to Club Brugge. Pafos versus Bayern Munich. Galatasary versus Liverpool. Inter Milan, Slavia Prague. Chelsea, Benfica. Atletico Madrid, Eintracht Frankfurt. Marseille, Ajax. Bodo Glimt versus Tottenham. Karabakh versus Copenhagen. Royal Union Saint-Gilloise versus Newcastle United. Barcelona versus PSG. Monaco will be hosting Manchester City. Borussia Dortmund versus Atletico Bilbao. Villarreal Juventus. Arsenal Olympiacos. Bayern Leverkusen versus PSV. And then finally, Napoli will be hosting Sporting CP. Real Madrid will be traveling to Kazakhstan to face Khairat Almaty. Yes, and I think in this game, there isn't a lot to be discussed though, because we know how strong Real Madrid are. But then on the side of Khairat Almaty, in the last 5 games, they've lost just 1. And this loss came in the Champions League against Sporting CP. Yes, but then, what chance does this club stand against Real Madrid? To be honest, I don't think they really stand a chance in this game. Right? Because of how strong Madrid is, and because of, I think this is the first time they are participating in the Champions League. They are newcomers. Right? And even all that aside, with the stats that I have here, Khairat Almaty just have a 7% win probability in this game, and Real Madrid having an 82% win probability. Yeah, so that shows you how strong Real Madrid are going to be for this side. Yes, so I think on the side of Real Madrid, there are certain players that I think will be getting the chance to play in this game. It's a relatively easy game, to be honest, and I think players who aren't so much in the starting lineup are going to get a chance in this match. Yes, so notably players like Rodrigo, Diaz, Camavinga, Alaba, Garcia. And I think with Carvajal getting injured, I think the likes of maybe Valverde may be deployed at right back. Yeah, so in this game, I think players who haven't really had a chance to play this season are finally going to get a chance. But then I think Mbappe will retain his spot in this lineup. Yes, because I think he's really firing in all cylinders. Yes, and I don't see a reason why he should be dropped in this game. Yes, so I think this match, Real Madrid are going to be too strong for Khairat Almaty. Yes, so I predict Real Madrid to win. Galatasaray versus Liverpool. The last time these two teams met in a competitive game, which was in 2006, Galatasaray won by 3-2. Yes, so I think on the side of Galatasaray, I think they are the kings or the champions of Turkey. As we all know, this season too, they really brought in a number of acquisitions, proper signings into their setup. Yes, which makes them even a more stronger team in Europe. But then it was so disappointing that they lost in their previous game in the Champions League against Frankfurt, where they lost where they lost away by 5-1. In that game, they scored first, but then at the long run, they lost guard and they lost the game by 5-1. Yes, so as I was saying, with the kind of acquisitions they have, I think they are a very strong side, especially going forward. The likes of Leroy Sané, the likes of Gundogan, the likes of Osimhen, Icardi, a whole lot of players in this Galatasaray setup. But then, can they face the strong Liverpool side? I think Galatasaray playing at home is a different animal, especially with their ultras, with the kind of fans they have. I would say Galatasaray, their home ground is just, I would say, the Anfield of Turkey. Yes, that's what I would say, the Anfield of Turkey. Because they have this hostile atmosphere which really frightens opponents. Yes, but then I think with the caliber of players that Liverpool have, I don't think that is going to really put them off. Right. But then on the side of Liverpool, I think they will be having the likes of Ekitike back into the setup. The likes of Frimpong are also back. In their last 5 games, Liverpool have lost just one, which is the recent game against Crystal Palace. And I think they are eager to make amends for that loss. But then going away to Turkey, how comfortable will Liverpool be in Turkey? Because as we all know, they have this hostile atmosphere. But then with Galatasaray, they are very, very weak in defense. They concede a whole lot of goals. So with the kind of Liverpool, with the kind of attack that Liverpool has, I think Liverpool are going to be too strong for Galatasaray, especially at the back. Galatasaray are very good going forward. In midfield, in attack, very solid. But then, in defense, they are really having problems. And this problem has persisted for a very long time now. Right? So with this high-scoring Liverpool team going to Galatasaray with a weak defense, I think it's going to be a very big problem for Galatasaray. Yes, so I think Liverpool, with the like of Salah, Gakpo, Ekitike, if not Ekitike, Isaac is also available. I think they are going to be too strong for Galatasaray in this game. Especially with them losing away to Frankfurt. Let's be honest, Frankfurt isn't as strong as Liverpool. Right? But then, they lost by 5-1. So, this is a wounded animal, Liverpool, coming back from the loss at Crystal Palace. They are very hungry right now. And they want to make amends. Yes, so I think in this game, Liverpool are going to have the upper hand. They are going to have the edge, to be honest. And all lies between that thin line, which is the Liverpool's attack, and then Galatasaray's defense. That's where the difference is. That's where Liverpool are going to have the advantage. Because Liverpool have a very strong defense, unlike Galatasaray. Yes, so I'm tipping Liverpool to win this game. Jose Mourinho is the most successful manager in Chelsea history. He will be returning to his old club, Chelsea, where he is being loved. But then, this time, he will be in the away dugout. Yes, Benfica haven't been in good form recently. Hence, they sacked their manager. Yes, and then Jose Mourinho was replaced immediately. Yes, so I think with this game, Chelsea are coming back from a double loss, which is a back-to-back loss in the Premier League, which is so disappointing. Right, I think Maresca has said it in his press conference that getting red cards has been a learning curve for him, because it's not so normal to him that he gets a red card to win games. He identified that as a learning curve, right? Getting red carded in 2 consecutive games and losing all games. Yes, so I think Maresca and his boys are really hungry coming into this match, because they've lost back-to-back games in the Premier League against Manchester United and then Brighton. Yes, with the Chelsea setup, there's been news that certain players are going to be assessed, just in case, to know if they are going to be available for this Benfica match. Player like Joao Pedro was mentioned. Player like Enzo Fernandez was also mentioned. Yes, so let's see how the tests go and see if they are going to be available for this match. Yes, with Benfica, they are coming back from a win against Gil Vicente in their recent game at home. They drew the previous game against Rio Ave, which came as a very big disappointment for Mourinho and his boys. Now, coming into this game, I think Mourinho, as we all know, a serial winner, a top professional, coming into this match with a big club like Benfica against a top club like Chelsea. We all know how how Mourinho sides his team up in games like this. He's a big game coach. Yes, as we all know, Mourinho, he's a big game coach. And I think coming into this game, he's going to do anything possible to get at least a point in this match. Yes, that's what I feel. With Chelsea, in their last 5 games, they've lost 3, won 1, and drew 1. Very, very bad form currently for the world champions. Yes, and then on the side of Benfica, in the last 5 games, they've won 2, drew 2, and also lost 1. That shows you they are also not in really, really good form. Yes, but then with the stats that I have here, it shows us that Chelsea are having a 56 win probability to Benfica's 21% win probability. Yes, especially with Chelsea playing at home I think that's where the difference comes in. First of all, I think Chelsea are having a higher quality in personnel than the Benfica side. And then secondly, they are playing at home. And Maresca and his boys won't sit to get a third loss in succession. Yeah, so I think Chelsea are going to do anything possible, at least to get a win or a draw. I don't see Chelsea losing this game. Yes, I don't see Chelsea losing this game at all. Because with the kind of quality they have, I am seeing them to be able to beat Benfica in this game. I know Benfica is not an easy side as well. They have top players. They've always had top players. As we all know, Benfica, they've been producing Europe with a lot of quality. Yes, so I think Benfica can't be underrated. Yes, Benfica can't be underrated in this game. Yes, so I think Chelsea and Maresca have to really size themselves up for this match. This was the match everybody wanted to see last season, but then that didn't happen because of Barcelona's loss to Inter Milan in the semi-finals of the Champions League. Yes, Barcelona versus PSG. Yes, with both teams having injury crisis right now, I think that won't be an excuse for us to get a good game. They both have injuries, but then with the kind of players that they are all having right now, I think we are going to have a top level match. Yes, both sides are having quality despite their injuries. Yes, I think Barcelona are having Juan Garcia, their goalkeeper, out injured. Gavi as well injured. Fermin Lopez injured. Rafinha injured. Ter Stegen also injured. On the side of PSG, they also have their marksman, the Ballon d'Or winner, the world best player currently, Ousmane Dembele, is out. Yes, Marquinhos, also an important player at the centre-back position, also injured. And then João Neves, a proper bowler in the heart of the PSG midfield, is also injured. So I think both sides have a lot of quality out currently. But then I think that shouldn't deprive us of a very wonderful matchup. Yes, personally, I think this game will be won in midfield. Because looking at the Barcelona setup, they have a very solid midfield. Ball-playing midfielders, proper ball controllers in midfield. De Jong available, Pedri available, Dani Olmo also available. This shows you how strong this Barcelona midfield is. We know how Pedri has been, how good this guy has been. You barely see Pedri having a bad game for Barcelona. Pedri plays so well. Less pressure, no pressure at all. Press resistance. Someone like De Jong, a very press resistant midfielder. Very easy on the ball. When you are watching him on the eye, it looks so easy. Pedro, very good as well. Dani Olmo creates lots of chances. Yeah, so when it comes to the Barcelona midfield, I think they are very set for this game. Playing at home in front of their fans. I think both sides are teams that like to control the game. But then in this game, I think Barcelona are going to have a upper hand when it comes to controlling of the game. Because on the side of PSG, they have João Neves unavailable. Yes, so it leaves a gap there for Zaire Emery. But then with Zaire Emery, with the kind of game he plays, we won't say he plays just like João Neves. João Neves is an upgrade. A proper or a far upgrade to Zaire Emery. Right. On the PSG side, they still have Fabian Ruiz available, Vitinha also available, who are also very good controllers of the game. But then the third man to complement them, João Neves, is not around. Injured. He's out of this game. But then I still see PSG getting a chance to hold on more onto the ball. Because Vitinha alone is enough. Fabian Ruiz alone is enough. Yeah, so I think this match is the little details are going to be what makes you come up top. On the side of Barcelona, Lamine Yamal back into the side. Rashford banging in goals and assists. He's coming into the kind of Rashford that we know. He's coming into that groove. He's coming into that form. Yeah, so I think with Rafinha out, Barcelona fans are very hopeful that they have a proper replacement in Rashford. And we pray he gets his day in this game. Now on the PSG side, we know how good they are in transition as well. How they can hit you on the counter. With players like Kvaratskhelia up front, Seredoué up front, Bakula up front. They can hurt you on any day. Yes, so in this game, as I'm saying, in defense as well, let me mention this. In defense as well, I think both defenses, especially at centre back, are somehow lacking. In PSG, in defense, they have Marquinhos out. He won't be available in this game. So Pacho and then Zabani, by all means, are the ones to start in this game. With Marquinhos, the kind of leadership he offers in that PSG side is very, very great. Or the kind of leadership he adds to that PSG defense is in no doubt. He's one of the best centre-backs in the world. Very experienced, very good in the ball, and very good at defending too as well. Yeah, so I think with him unavailable, that's where I think Barcelona are also going to have an advantage, because Ferran Torres is also in very good form. Lewandowski as well. Any of them who starts is in very good form. Yeah, so I think that centre-back pairing is going to be a problem for PSG. On the side of Barcelona as well, Garcia and Kubasi, I don't see them to be the strongest of partnerships, right? Especially coming up against a team like PSG. They are also having players up front who are firing in all cylinders. Yes, so I think in this game, the only problems these two teams have are going to be in defense, especially the centre-back positions. But then on the full-back positions, I think both teams are okay. But then Barcelona would have been better if they had Bardi available for this match. Because Gerard Martin coming up against Bakula or Seredoué is going to be a very, very difficult game for him. He can have his day, but then coming up against certain players like this, you mostly have to come up with your best 11. But then here's the case, Bardi won't be available for this match. Yes, so I think with all being said and done, I think all the teams, both teams are having a very good squad despite their injuries. They are having a very good squad. But then their problems will be in defense, especially at centre-back. Yes, so we are all expecting a very wonderful game, an entertaining game, end-to-end game between PSG and Barcelona because of the kind of attackers they have. Lamine Yamal came back from injury with a bang. He got an assist in their game against Real Sociedad. He's very good on the ball, easy on the eye, but he'll be coming up against Mendes. He'll be coming up against Mendes, one of the best, if not the best left back in the world. Yeah, so I think we are all keeping our eye on that bout between Lamine Yamal and Mendes. Yes, so we hope to have a very wonderful match. This is the 13th meeting between Arsenal and Olympiacos, and surprisingly, this fixture hasn't produced a draw before. Yes, this fixture has never produced a draw. Yes, I think this is one of the most surprising stats that I've come across this season. Yes, okay, so let's start with Arsenal. I think Arsenal are in very good form right now, to be honest. Arsenal are really in good form. They are grinding results. Yes, they are getting points from matches that you feel are very difficult to amass points from. They drew against Manchester City with the goal coming in very, very late. Yes, I think, to be honest, Arsenal are looking like a serious team this season. We know Arsenal in previous years always look serious when the season starts. But then, can Arteta and his boys make a real point this season? Are we going to see a title winning Arsenal? That's a big question. Yes, so I think in their previous games, I think in their previous 5 games, Arsenal have won 4 and then drawn 1 against Manchester City. Yes, I think after winning their first game away to Atletico Bilbao, I think Arsenal really did a very good job away to Bilbao, because that place is a very difficult place to go. But then Arsenal still found a way to get the results. Against Manchester City, they did very well, got the results. At least they didn't win, but then they got that 1 point. Against Newcastle United, going to the St. James Park, it was a very difficult fixture. Arsenal found it very hard, but then they found a way to get all 3 points. Yes, so that shows you how strong Arsenal are. But then on the side of Olympiacos, yes, they've also won 3 out of their last 5 games and drawn 2 games. So I think Arsenal are going to be too strong for Olympiacos. Yes, with the stats that I have here, it shows us that Arsenal have a 72% win probability to Olympiacos' 10%. Yes, I think Arsenal are going to be very strong for them, especially with Captain Odegaard coming back from injury. Saka also coming back from injury. I think they have all their key players available for this match. Saliba, their centre-back pairing, almost everyone is available for this match. Yes, so I think Arsenal are going to be a very, very tough match for Olympiacos. Yes. With Olympiacos as well, I think they've been one of the strongest teams when it comes to European football. But then in recent years, it hasn't been like that. But then they still have certain players with that pedigree in their setup, with the likes of Podence also in this Olympiacos side. We all know how good Podence can be on any day. Yes, but then coming up against Arsenal, I think he alone won't be enough to break down this great Arsenal team, especially with how good they've been in defense. With Saliba coming back, Timber has really been good this season as well. So I am tipping Arsenal to win this game. This brings us to the end of today's Champions League preview. Please keep on subscribing to my YouTube channel for more content like this.